What's up, guys? Connor Lynch here from Working Men's Coaching. This is episode 2 of helping men how to understand nutrition and body fat. We're going to run through a 10-step series on how to show you and educate you what to do with nutrition, exercise, and most of all, what is body fat. And this episode is totally to educate you to what is body fat. We're going to run through what is body fat, number 1, how to drop body fat, foods that body fat love to see within their body, foods that body fat want to see, foods that you are better to eat to drop body fat and why. And as well as that, we're going to do 5 misconceptions about your diet and the way people see a diet and how you see a diet, the misconceptions about diet and phases, all from intermittent fasting right through to, starvation mode. We've seen all these things before, and you know what you're doing, but you don't understand why you think you're going to get fast results. And we're going to run through this all, what to do and what not to do during a fat loss phase. We're going to run through step-by-step process, and this is going to make it so simple, guys. This is a 15-minute episode today. We're going to run through this and give you a better of understanding. So what is body fat? Body fat is energy. Basically, it is energy, and your body hasn't been receiving energy from nutrition because you've been starving yourself, overworking, and not nourishing your body. So what happens is your body goes into starvation mode, and it feeds off your muscle mass, which is stored energy. Your muscle mass is pure energy. So your body will eat at your muscle mass and break it down for energy and store body fat, because it's easier to store body fat than it is to store muscle mass. Muscle mass takes 15% more energy. Now, how do I explain that to you guys in layman's terms? It takes 15% more to run muscle mass in your body. So if you're running a transit van compared to a Ferrari, it takes 15% more fuel to store muscle mass than it does body fat. Body fat can store in your body, and it takes 0 energy to store. That's why we need food. So you see the likes of me and fitness people and people that are into their training eat a lot of food because they need energy to keep the muscle mass high and the body fat low. So if you're eating less and you can't understand why you're not dropping body fat, but you're dropping weight and you feel weak, is because you're not replacing your energy stores with good, solid foods. If that makes sense, totally agree with me. And if you need that explained more, just let me know. That is what body fat is. It's energy. It's a cushion. It's a thermostat that keeps your body warm too. It can act as a blanket, and as a tissue, and it produces hormones and is totally linked to emotion. So if you're emotional, your body fat is linked to your emotion. So you'll want sugars to fuel that body fat. And we're going to get into that more, what foods body fat need to survive. Body fat needs certain sugars and certain foods to survive. So does muscle mass, the same as muscle mass. And that's what's emotionally triggering you in order to go for the chocolate bars and the insulin spikes to keep the body fat. So your body fat is actually emotionally triggering you to go for insulin spikes. How do I explain that to make sense to you? Now, your emotions are in your mind, but it's a memory thing. It's a subconscious thing. So if you are binge eating and all, this is all a memory thing linked back to your patterns and behaviors, essentially, and not regulating your hormones enough, not exercising enough, and not eating the right foods to regulate your hormones, essentially. And that's why whenever you get hungry, you feel like you're hungry. Your emotions are telling you, your mind's telling you you're hungry. Whenever you're not hungry at all, it's all emotions. If you could disconnect from your emotions, you would be in the best physical condition ever. And your emotions are less linked to your actions, which essentially gets you the results you want. Meaning not going to the cupboard for the biscuits, not buying the biscuits in the shop, not putting 2 or 3 spoonfuls of sugar into your tea every night. These things are all fueled by emotion and triggered by emotion, and we have 100% control of our emotions. So that's what body fat basically is, and to understand that, body fat is energy. We can use body fat as energy. 100%. That's why you go and you train, you pump up your muscles, you eat food, you pump up your muscles, you eat food, you pump up your muscles, you eat food, and you're fueling the muscle. So inside your brain, you're fueling the muscle, so the energy from the body fat is used up. It's used up as you're exercising. You're fueling your body with the right foods, not the foods that's going to give you the insulin spike to keep the body fat. It's good foods that you want and need in order to drop body fat. So how do you drop body fat? Good question. I'm just taking some of these questions and answering as I go through. How do you drop body fat? Calorie deficit. So people say, eat less, move more. I would intend sometimes to go deeper into this. Why? Number one question I would answer, is your energy low? If your energy is low, it's not eat less, move more. It's essentially, let's eat more whole foods and move more. So it's eat more and move more. If you were essentially, because calories equals to more. That's what people think. Eat less, move more. That's totally wrong. In my book, it's totally wrong, because eat less, move more makes everybody eat 1,000, 1,200 calories a day and work all day in the construction site, come home, go to the gym, and you're not going to get results. You need to eat more good foods and move more weight, which is weight training. Every man on this planet and woman should be weight training to keep muscle mass. If you keep muscle mass, it's directly linked to longevity of life, mobility, movement, heart health, body health, mind health is totally linked. What is your mind? It is a muscle, essentially. So eat less, move more, I believe is totally wrong. Eat more good foods and move more. So it's always more. You're doing more. Weight training preserves muscle mass and can burn fat. So weight training is the quickest way to burn fat whilst eating good whole foods. End off. Cardio, if you're only starting out, it depends where you're at. But essentially, if you're able to work every day and go to your work and get up in the morning and go home at night, I don't start any clients in cardio. I would start clients on weight training, because weight training is going to be the most effective result long term, because we want to build that muscle from the word go. So that basically covers what is body fat, how do you drop body fat, and the best ways to drop body fat. I hope you're taking notes, guys. We're going to go on to what not to do and what to do. And you'll see these fitness people saying energy in, energy out. Whatever you put in calorie-wise, you have to get rid of. That's not essentially true. These are all marketing strategies that fitness people use to get clicks. Move more, or eat less, move more, energy in, energy out. Like if you're eating 1,200 calories, you're burning 1,200 calories. Where's the muscle mass? Where's the energy to build muscle mass? Where's the calories that's going to help you build muscle mass? So what not to do whenever you are in a diet. These are all emotional. Whenever you're in a fitness phase or a fat loss phase or a bulking phase or a cutting phase, it doesn't matter what phase you're in. If you lose interest in your training protocol, nutrition protocol, you're not going to win. If you give up halfway through, a week in, a week out, you're not going to win. If you self-sabotage your nutrition because you've lost interest, you're not going to win. If you binge eat, binge drink, binge smoke, get disconnected from the program or whatever you're on, and you decide that it's not for you after 3, 4, 5 weeks, you didn't really give it a go. So this is all emotion. This is all to do with your emotions, where you're at, and how you're dealing with your emotions. If you're in my program and you're binge eating, you need to get an SOS call to me or one of my team, because we do not want you binge eating. There's something wrong. You're probably eating too little food that we've give you. You're probably not eating what we could give you, or you are overtraining, or it's an emotional thing, a habit or behavior that you are in a cycle that you've been in for a long time, and we need to break that cycle. Like not feeling good enough, not feeling worthy, not thinking this is for you. These are all psychological traits and subconscious traits that we have to break down through the program to get you the results. So what you should do, what you have to do, another thing you shouldn't do is look for quick fixes. This is not a quick fix. This is a lifestyle change, but habits, behaviors, get in contact with your emotions, your physical body, connection with yourself, and overall reach a goal that you've never met before, but we're going to meet your needs in order to meet that goal. What should you do? Be kind to yourself. Realize where you are, where you started, and where you are now. And I guarantee you, from my program, you've dropped 8 to 10 pounds. If you had that to lose in the first 30 days, that's a fact. If you stuck to the program, plan your diary, your week, and your month. You have to plan your diary daily, and then your week weekly, because you could plan your week and everything can go to shit on Tuesday. So you have to then daily plan it. I write, as you know, on my program, it's 3 things every day. It's 1 for yourself, 1 action step you have to take every day, and 1 gratitude step. That gratitude step could be ringing your wife, girlfriend, your mother, your father, and just thanking them for doing whatever they've done for you, talking to your kids for 15 minutes in the evening, and just understanding where they're at in life, and just gratitude. Plan every day, week, and month, and a year, and instill discipline. If you plan, you will instill discipline. Guys, what is body fat? We're going to stick on this here. 5 misconceptions. 5 misconceptions that I wrote down. I had 15 misconceptions about food. I'm going to run through 5. All calories are equal. No, all calories are not equal. If you eat 2,000 calories of dairy milk bars, how much energy and insulin and spikes of sugar and are you going to get? And emotionally, you're going to be eating 2,000 calories of chocolate cake or dairy milk bars, or I don't like to advertise dairy milk or Cadbury's bars. I don't want to trigger you as emotions on this call, Niller, and you're going buying a dairy milk bar. You're better going and eating some berries if you're looking for a sugar spike. Whole organic berries, strawberries, blueberries, these tend to help me 100%. I just love getting blueberries and stuff, putting them in a yogurt, probiotics, some granola in there, and some honey, just for that kick, post-training mostly. So 2,000 calories of chocolate compared to 2,000 calories of meat, eggs, potatoes, rice, yogurt, granola. This type of stuff is completely different. So all calories are not equal. People say, oh, it's the same 250 calories of protein bars, same as 250 calories as chocolate cake. Them two I wouldn't put in that same bracket, but 250 calories of steak is completely different from 250 calories of chocolate bars. That's just the way it is. Carbs are bad. Nor misconception. Number 2, carbs are bad. Carbs are not bad. You need carbs within your diet in order to not burn out, get lethargic. You need energy. So you need to restore your glycogen in order to build muscle, first of all, get that kick for energy and get that pump in the gym to feel and obviously build more muscle. But if you do not eat carbs and you go on a 0 carb diet, you're going to get lethargic, you're going to get tired, you're going to get have no energy, and you're not going to get results because you will go back on carbs at some stage. 100%, you're better keeping carbs in your diet than taking them out, because you're going to have to eat carbs again at some stage. And whenever you eat carbs, there's water retention and all these different things that spike insulin in your body and hold water in your body, which will put your weight up. And if you're watching your weight every week, which you shouldn't be, it'll feel like you're not getting the results. So you have to keep carbs in your body. Plus, it'll help with recovery. It'll help with energy is the main thing, and that's what you want. So all carbs are bad. Do not cut carbs out of your diet unless you're... No, don't just stick to that. Most people diet for the short term. This one really is true, because most people don't set a long-term goal for themselves and their nutrition and lifestyle behaviors and habits. So most people diet for the short term. They maybe have a wedding in 8 weeks. They maybe have a birthday party in 4 weeks. They maybe have a night out at the weekend and they don't eat for 3 days. I tend to see a lot of men go on holidays to Ibiza, go on a stag party and diet for the first 4 or 5 weeks before they go, and then they come back and they're as big, if not bigger, on them 4 or 5 days they're on holidays, and they feel like absolute crap. And it's so hard to get under the guys' heads. If you're watching this and that's your goal, that you're going somewhere in a few weeks, a month, and like, don't take any of these quick fixes, 3-day fastings, because nothing's going to happen. You're not going to get a long-term result from that, essentially. So we want to stick to what works. Long-term equals results. Long-term equals results. Short-term does not equal results. If you ever get a job, most of you guys will have a short-term contract where you get a price work, you make a lot of dough, and then there's no work for fucking 6 weeks after. So whenever you divide the money you made over, say, a 6-week period, and then there's no work for 6 weeks after it, it wasn't that much money, because you have to divide it over the actual 12 weeks. If that makes sense. Eating late at night, another myth, number 4. Eating late at night doesn't matter. It's different eating 1,000 calories of cake or chocolate or beer late at night. It won't matter long term, but it'll affect you the next day, if that makes sense. It might leave you lethargic, it might leave you tired, it might leave you sluggish. But eating late at night, like if I go and I eat a steak dinner, baby boys potatoes and gravy tonight at 11 o'clock, it won't affect my energy in any way, and it won't affect my results in any way. So that is a myth. Supplements can replace food. Real foods. So if you're eating like these Huel drinks, if you're drinking these Huel drinks, or you're replacing real food with the likes of protein bars, say you're eating 500 calories of protein bars every day, that's not going to benefit you long term. Use protein bars and these Huel drinks for whenever you're stuck. You don't want to put these under your everyday lifestyle. I put protein bars in my diet because people are eating them anyway every day. People are eating these protein bars every day anyway. But I also put probiotics, yogurt, nuts, salmon, eggs, because in order to make change, you have to make small change over time. So I put the protein bars on. They maybe replace your chocolate bars or your sweet addiction or whatever it is. So real foods you can't replace with processed foods. You just can't replace real organic foods like eggs. You can't replace eggs with a protein shake. Like if you're taking 2 protein shakes every day to hit your protein target, you're better eating 4, 5, 6 eggs. Like it's not going to make sense long term. So supplements cannot replace real food. Foods fat love to see coming into the body. Sugary drinks, alcohol. Body fat loves alcohol. Sugary foods, pastas, white breads, sweets, cakes. You know what foods not to eat. So as a logical thinker, common sense, you know what foods that you should not be eating. Fried foods, chippies, foods with a lot of batter on them, butter, cream, cakes, jams. Unless you get these or natural sugar jams and natural sugar strawberry jam and stuff like that there, this all makes sense. Also, if you're eating these foods, your sleep regulation, your stress management, and if you're eating these types of foods, your energy is going to be all over the place. You're not going to get ones. First of all, you're not going to get results, and number 2, it's going to feel like you're binging all the time. So these types of foods you want to not avoid completely. Like if you're out on a Saturday morning and you're meeting your wife for coffee and you've hit your calories and you've got 550 calories to spare from the week, and you get a scone and jam and a bit of cream, guys, eat the scone and jam and cream. And you don't need to stop living just because you're in a coaching program. And that's one thing. This is not a stress. We want to complement your lifestyle, not complicate it. So foods you want to eat. It's very simple. You know all these foods, nutrient-dense foods. You want whole foods. Blueberries, Greek yogurt with probiotics, like the natural Greek Fage yogurt. There's a whole host of high-protein yogurts now on the shelf. They're marketing geniuses to get people to buy these high-protein. Stick to the basics, guys. It's like you will never replace porridge and eggs, for example. You can eat this for the rest of your life and you will feel fucking amazing. Berries, apples, fish. You want to eat as much fish. So what I do is essentially one meat a day, one fish a day, eggs, and then I can eat whatever I want, like probiotic yogurt. If I don't want that today, I'll eat a protein bar. I can take a shake, or it's whole foods mainly. And again, your carbs, your brown rice, your potatoes, your whole grain rice, your high fiber foods, avocados, high fat foods, nuts, these types of things, coconut oils, nut butters, that type of stuff that you want to be putting on your diet. Here's the thing, guys. You want to prioritize overall health and well-being rather than emotional triggers and stopping at the shop emotionally, getting a coffee, getting a bun. You want to stay away from these types of things. And this is all emotional triggers. Most people feel their diet because of emotional triggers, because they don't feel a certain way. They don't feel good about themselves. They don't feel like doing it. They feel tired. If you listen to the way you talk to yourself about your food and your feelings, if you could take your feelings out of it, and I'm not saying you have to be emotionless and to get results, you can't have feelings. That's not true. You can have the feeling, understand the emotion, and realize this is not what I want in my life. I want to eat good food, feel strong, gain more energy, gain more confidence, gain more discipline, get the results I truly want that we talked about, me and you talked about on our call, and get results. So guys, that's basically what is body fat, how to drop body fat, all within this one episode, which is episode 2 of how to plan your nutrition, basically, for working men. So guys, if you enjoyed this, click your comments below. If you have any questions, just put the questions in the box below, and yeah, we will chat to you soon.